Allegiance to the flag and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. The prayer this evening will be presented by the good delegate representing Anne Arundel County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Tonight, as we pay tribute to President Abraham Lincoln, I reflect upon the time he lived in and the time we live in. This prayer uses some of his language to express Lincoln's deep concern for national unity, his belief in justice, and his hope for a reconciled and prosperous America. Let us pray. Almighty Creator, who guides the destinies of nations and the hearts of mankind, look down upon this great land once more. In this age, as in the time of Lincoln, our nation is a house divided against itself. Grant us the wisdom to see the bonds of our common humanity, to cherish the Union not as a mere geographical thing, but as a living testament to liberty and justice for all. Bless our leaders, including those present tonight, with the courage to lead with strength and integrity, to heal the wounds of division with the medicine of understanding. May we govern with a vision that transcends the politically expedient and do all things in the interests of serving you. For all Americans, instill in us a spirit of tolerance, of listening, and of learning to respect one another, especially when we disagree. Protect this land from the tempests and discord of the shadows of despair. Let the light of reason, the warmth of empathy, and the strength of unity guide our path forward. May we continue to be a beacon of hope, not only to ourselves, but to the watching world. And in this prayer, I ask not only for peace and prosperity, but for the moral fortitude to help us be the architects of the future, guided by the principles of our past, and ever mindful of the sacrifices that have been paved to make America what it is. Amen.
Amen. Quorum call.
Madam Speaker.
Has everyone recorded their presence? If so, the clerk will take the call. There being 125 members present, the House is now in session. The clerk will read the journal from the previous day.
Annapolis, Maryland, February the 7th, 2025.
Recognizing the Deputy Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Moves to much be considered the reading of the journal.
So ordered, petitions, memorials, and other papers. Introduction of House bills. The clerk will read the bills and their committee assignments.
House Bill 1485, Delegate Simmons, House Rules. House Bill 1486, Delegate Allen, House Rules, by Order Sylvia Seegert, Chief Clerk.
The clerk will read the bond initiatives and the committee assignment.
Introductory House Bond Initiatives number 39, February 10th, 2025, refer to appropriations. Introductory House Bond Initiatives number 40, February 10th, 2025, refer to appropriations.
Letters of reassignment. The clerk will read the letter.
House Bill 1337, reassigned to Economic Matters. House Bill 1362, reassigned to Economic Matters.
Hearing no objection, the letters are ordered, journalized. That ends the work at the desk. Delegation announcements. Any delegation announcements? Seeing none. Any caucus announcements? Recognizing the Democratic Caucus Chair.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Good evening. Good evening, colleagues. The House Democratic Caucus will be meeting tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. in the Prince George's County Delegation Room. Thank you.
Recognizing the Republican Caucus Chair.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The Republican Caucus will be meeting tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. in the Baltimore City Delegation Room.
Are there Any other personal or guest announcements? Recognizing the majority leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, just a quick announcement with the impending snow coming in, that your folks that are signed up to testify on bills Tuesday and Wednesday will be able to contact the committee to switch to virtual by 11 a.m. on the day of that hearing, okay?
Gentlelady from Montgomery. Prince George's, I'm sorry, it's Prince George's.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, today is University of Maryland Global Campus Day. Permission to use the delegates' names?
Permission granted.
Thank you. On behalf of Delegates Barnes and Pena-Melnick, we are pleased to welcome UMGC President Gregory Fowler, along with students, alumni, UMGC Alumni Advisory Board members, faculty, and staff in the gallery. For more than 75 years, UMGC has served as Maryland's open university, focused from the start on the needs of adult learners in the workforce and in the military. UMGC operates as a key workforce development resource in Maryland by maintaining robust partnerships with major corporations, industry innovators, and other organizations, including Maryland's many fine community colleges, to expand learning opportunities for individuals who need more than traditional education can provide. Colleagues, would you please help me in giving them a big round of applause? Thank you.
Gentlelady from Baltimore County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Permission to use the delegates' names?
Permission granted.
Thank you. On behalf of Delegate McCaskill and Delegate Ebersol and myself, I want to thank everybody who came out to our District 44 District Night. I also like to acknowledge District 44 constituents in the gallery. If you're from District 44, could you please stand so we can acknowledge you? Thank you.
Delegate from Baltimore City.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Permission to use the delegate's name?
Permission granted.
Thank you. Please join myself and Delegate Boyce in welcoming our doctor of the day, Dr. Gary Pushkin, an orthopedist from District 43, past president of MedChi and also the Maryland Orthopedic Association. And I understand his wife, Miss Kathy Abbott, is here as well. Is that correct? Great. Thank you.
Madam Speaker.
The gentleman from Prince George's County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, today I wanted to rise to introduce someone who actually used to be my soccer coach, and he's looking to hide back there in the lounge, but former Delegate Victor Ramirez is here, former state senator as well. There we go. From the Fighting 47th. There you go.
Madam Speaker.
Wait a minute. Gentleman from Montgomery County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, if you could help me wish this particular delegate a birthday, a nice birthday wish. Madam Speaker, permission to use the delegate's name?
Permission granted.
So I'm not sure that I really need to ask for permission to use this delegate's name, because by the time I finish speaking, everybody will know who this delegate is. This delegate is the matriarch of the Montgomery County delegation, having served for 22 years in the House. 22. I know, just a mere baby. I know, a mere baby. But for us, that's a lot. 22 years in the House, having fought many, many battles on the side of good always. And she will tell you, you all know, that if you're on the other side, you're just wrong. You're always wrong. If you are on the other side of an argument with this particular delegate, you are always wrong. With that said, I think that the General Assembly and the House of Delegates can bear with me and say this. In this particular case, there are two things that I would say in which this delegate is wrong. Delegate Ann Kaiser, in case you didn't know. One is, for some odd reason, Delegate Kaiser seems to think that Diet Dr. Pepper tastes good. Happy birthday from the entire House of Delegates. She also seems to think something called jubilees or jubiles are good, and I just could not find them, so she got Mike and Ike's instead. I don't think either of them are very good, but with that said, happy birthday, Delegate Kaiser.
Delegate from Montgomery.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. She snuck in there in the back, but permission to use the delegate's name?
Permission granted.
Thank you. On behalf of Delegate Shetty and Delegate Kaufman, it's our honor to welcome back former Delegate Ana Sol Gutierrez, former appropriator from District 18.
Delegate from Howard.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you so much to everyone who came out to District 9 night. And colleagues, will you please join me in welcoming constituents from District 9 who are up in the gallery. If you could stand, please. Thank you.
Delegate from Frederick.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Permission to use the delegate's name?
Permission granted.
Thank you. On behalf of Delegate Kerr and Delegate Simpson and I, we want to share some sad news. Frederick and Western Maryland lost a true icon yesterday in Beverly Barton Byron, former Congresswoman from Congressional District 6. I just wanted to share a little bit of information about what a transformative figure she was, both for Frederick and for the entire state of Maryland. She passed at the age of 92 at her hometown in the city of Frederick. She was actually born in Baltimore, Maryland, to Harry C. and Ruth B. Butcher on July 27, 1932. She grew up in Washington, D.C., where her father was the vice president of CBS before becoming an aide to General Dwight D. Eisenhower for a period during World War II. And she graduated from the National Cathedral School in 1950 and later attended Hood College. In 1952, she married Goodloe Byron, who served in the Maryland House of Delegates from 1963 to 1967, the Maryland Senate from 1967 to 1971, and Congress from 1972 to his passing in 1978. After his death in 1978, acting Maryland Governor Blair Lee III selected Byron to replace her replace her husband on the ballot. She won election to the 96th Congress in 1979, becoming one of only 16 women elected to the House of Representatives that year. 4 of those were from Maryland. Byron went on to win the next 7 consecutive elections, serving Western Maryland's representative from 1978 to 1992. At the time of her election, women only comprised 3% of the House of Representatives, and those pioneers helped break down barriers for women and set the tone of professionalism in Congress that has impacted all women legislators since. She helped usher a new era of equality as the first woman to chair the subcommittee of the U.S. House Armed Services Committee. She helped usher a new era of equality for military women by co-sponsoring legislation that established the foundation for dismantling gender-based restrictions, opening roles in combat, equalizing advancement opportunities for all women in the military, and restricting the military child care system. After she left Congress in 1992, she chaired the boards for Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield, TEDCO, and the Board of Visitors of the United States Naval Academy. She served on the board of directors of McDonnell Douglas, UNC, LMI, Constellation Energy, Mercantile Bank, Henry M. Jackson Foundation, and the advisory committee of the Chief of Naval Operations. I'm feeling very inadequate right now in my work. She was awarded the President's Medal by Johns Hopkins University in 1993 and received honorary degrees from Boston University, Mount St. Mary's College, and Frostburg State University. Colleagues, I'd like to take a moment and just thank Beverly Byron and her entire family for her incredible service, dedicated service to the state of Maryland and to the 6th Congressional District. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker.
Where? Gentleman from Howard.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to welcome two group of people. First is a group of students from Howard County, Clarksville. They are FTC team 18442, and the team name is Gear Rotation. They have been doing really well in the FTC competition. I think they're sitting on the front side or back side. So another group of people is really my family members, my wife, Professor Tremelio, my girl, Eileen Wu, and my son, Michael Wu. They're sitting in the back. Please join me, welcome them. Thank you.
Madam
Speaker.
Gentleman from Montgomery.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, this evening I'd like to mark a very historic occasion, as well as the visionary leaders who helped get us to this moment. You probably would have noticed by now, by the personal announcements by some of our colleagues, that we're joined by very esteemed guests, former members of this House, those who have served in this chamber as well as across the hall in the state Senate. But this evening marks 10 years since the founding of the Maryland Legislative Latino Caucus. And it's critical that we not only acknowledge where we are today, but the visionary leaders who helped get us here. And so this evening, I'm proud to recognize not only esteemed guests, but those who were instrumental in forming our caucus, in leading our caucus, and essentially passing the mantle to the folks that you see today who are not just leading our caucus, but also taking up the fight that individuals who came before us have fought. And those individuals are folks who are very much known to this chamber, but I wanted to make sure that we mention their names tonight because it's important to acknowledge those whose shoulders we stand on today. Joining us are former member of this House and former State Senator Victor Ramirez of Prince George's County. As well as former delegate and my mentor, Ana Sol Gutierrez, the longest serving Latina elected to any state legislature in the United States. Former delegate Marise Morales from Montgomery County, who was also instrumental in creating our caucus, and who has championed a number of issues to include criminal justice reform. And those who are not here this evening, but certainly we want to mention them, former delegate Carlos Sanchez, former delegate Will Campos, and permission to use the delegates' names.
Permission granted.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And of course, our very own, the indefatigable delegate Jocelyn Peña-Melnick, the chair of Health and Government Operations. And of course, from my county, none other than Delegate David Frazier Hidalgo, the longest serving chair of the Legislative Latino Caucus. Madam Speaker, the leadership that you see today of the caucus was very much informed by these individuals who 10 years ago created an organization to advance the interests of Latinos across our state, and to do so through the legislative process, and using what influence that we have down here in our state's capital to ensure that we're building on the gains that we have made as a caucus and as a community, and ensuring that we're protecting the advancements that we have made through legislation as well. And so today, I'm honored to recognize these individuals, but also to recognize the birthday of the Maryland Legislative Latino Caucus. And here's to 10 more years of advocating out loud, unapologetically, and with veracity for our community and all those who will come after us. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker.
Go ahead, everybody. Prince George's County. Gentlelady.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to take a moment to recognize and sincerely thank the essential child care and early childhood educators who are here in the audience. They're sitting all around us, who make up the backbone of our workforce. You are the ones who prepare our children for kindergarten and lay the foundation for their future success. Your work is invaluable, and tonight, as you advocate for children, families, and child care community here in Annapolis, we are reminded of the tremendous impact you have. A special thank you to the Maryland State Child Care Association, Maryland Family Network, Maryland Head Start Association, the Maryland Association for Education for Young Children, Maryland State Family Child Care Association, SEIU Local 500, the United Way of Maryland for your tireless efforts in supporting our youngest learners and their families. Your dedication and commitment to the children and families of Maryland are deeply, deeply appreciated. And for those, I just want to say that in a time where they're trying to divide us, I want to make sure everybody understands. Quiero tomar un tiempo para reconocer y agradecerle a todo el mundo, a los educadores esenciales de la primera infancia que toman la columna vertebral de nuestra fuerza laboral. Son ustedes quienes preparan a nuestros niños para el jardín de infantes y establecen las bases de su éxito del futuro. Su trabajo es invaluable y esta noche, al abogar por los niños y las familias y la comunidad de la educación infantil aquí en Annapolis, recordamos el tremendo impacto que tienen. Le agradecemos a todas las organizaciones que vienen con ustedes esta noche. No quiero leerla porque ya la leí, pero su dedicación y su compromiso con los niños y las familias de Maryland son profundamente agradecidas. Gracias por todo lo que ustedes hacen. Estamos con ustedes. Gracias.
Speaker.
Madam Speaker. Delegate from Baltimore County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thank you for your cards and your calls and your texts. I'm back. COVID wasn't nothing, but the pneumonia and the blood pressure kept going back and forth. But anyway, I want to recognize the speech tonight got discombobulated, no fault of Matt's or the Republican Party or whoever. We'll postpone that speech to whoever they decide to do it. But I need to recognize my Rose of Sharon, my Lily of the Valley, my bright morning star, my wife, Rebecca Metzger. She's in the gallery tonight. And also Colin Rothfuss, who was my intern that helped me work on the speech tonight. Stand up, Colin. He's a disabled Marine, and God bless him for his service. Thank him. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker. Delegate from Prince George's.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, by now you should have received in your emails a save the date for the 30th anniversary of the Speaker Society reception. It will be held on March the 19th, and it will, I believe, be in the House Office Building. More details are coming. For those former House members who are here visiting, please know that you are definitely invited, and I hope to see you all there then. Thank you very much.
Gentlelady from Prince George's.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Just a friendly reminder that next Wednesday, not this week, but next week, the 19th, is the blood drive. It's from 8:30 in the morning till 5:30 in the evening. You can just show up and give blood, or you can make an appointment, and you will be getting more information in your emails.
Okay. Gentlelady from Prince George's.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Permission to use the delegates' names?
Permission granted.
Thank you so much, colleagues, for visiting District 23's Night in Annapolis. We had over 150 attendees, and some of which are still here in the gallery. Please join Delegate Bowafo and Delegate Marvin Holmes, welcoming not only our chair of the Prince George's Democratic Central Committee, Sylvia Johnson, but also other neighbors from District 23 in the gallery. Thank you so much.
Madam Speaker.
Young lady from Anne Arundel.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, on behalf of the Women's Caucus, please help me welcome the commissioners from the Maryland Commission for Women. Established in the legislature in 1971, the Maryland Commission for Women has worked for more than 50 years to advance the rights of women across Maryland, from women's health care to workplace rights and economic security. They're in the rear gallery. Thank you so much.
The gentleman from Baltimore County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would be remiss if I didn't draw attention to the passing of a Baltimore icon yesterday, someone many of us are friends with. Mr. Tim Tootin passed at 66, and believe me, from my perspective, that's gone too soon, okay? He was a news and faith leader in Baltimore and Maryland. He will be sorely missed. From my perspective, he was a friend of education, so he was a friend of mine. Thank you.
Okay. Today is Monday, recognizing the protocol chair.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Come on down, you sunshines. Delegate Turner is back. Come on down. Oh, what a wonderful week we're going to have. I want y'all to know and meet your sunshines for this week. We have a total of 8 of them today. Now, Madam Speaker,
yes.
I just want to let you know that I'm going to do the best I can with these wonderful names that Mama put on these babies. I'm telling you, they have some names out of this world, but that's okay. I got my partner over here, and we're going to work it today, Madam Speaker. Now, you know the drill. I told you how to do it. Are you ready? Okay. First up, Olua Adelica Wells, Prince George's County, District 23, Bowie High School. Okay. Ugoma Kachike Kalu, Baltimore County, District 10, Western School of Technology and Environmental Science. Rebecca Eggy, Frederick County, District 3, Governor Thomas Johnson High School. A.B. Ram, Gadam, Wacomico County, District 37A, Parkside High School. Roscoe Grader, Howard County, District 9B, Wild Lake High School. Beverly Pinda, Baltimore County, District 44A, Lansdowne High School. Giselle Domino Reyes, Charles County, District 28, Westlet High School. And finally, Max Van Doren, Anne Arundel County, District 33B, homeschool student. Madam Speaker, I got through it. But I tell you, nice little wonderful sunshines, if I didn't get through it today, come Friday, I'm going to have this down pack. So I want you to have a wonderful week with your delegates and enjoy yourself. Sunshines, you may be excused. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Sure.
And don't forget PS on this story. My room is still 205. And I don't want y'all to forget. And y'all know the drill. I don't even have to tell you no more. But I'ma still send you a nice little letter. Thank you all, you wonderful delegates.
Okay. Quorum call.
Madam Speaker.
Has everyone recorded their presence? Clerk will call the roll. There being 128 members present, the House is still in session, recognizing the majority leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House stands adjourned until Tuesday, February 11th at 10 a.m.